It's TheHawkinator here. I have a new deck profile to show off today. Frankly, a little bit of background. I haven't made a video in a long ass time because the charger for my old camera has been misplaced and I have been unable to replace it. So I'm going to try recording a video on my new phone, which is allowing me to record in 1080p, which is what my old camera could do. But we're going to give this a shot. I am showing off a deck profile today. It is a Gigavise deck. I did get this idea from Dad way back in April. Also, in part, I got this idea from two cards that we released in Cosmo Blazer, and I wanted to give this deck a shot. Frankly, it's been hella fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm going to show the deck profile off and hopefully talk about it a little bit. I'm going to try and keep this video under 12 minutes, but if I do ramble on a little longer, don't kill me. Just sit back and enjoy. So the main deck, we'll start off up here. 2 giga plant. The plant engine, which is Lone Fire, Dandelion, Spore, Copy Plant, and now a Merry Lease. 2 Quackimero, Grava Rose, 2 Debris Dragon, and Sangan. 2 Tour Guide from the Underworld, 3 Naturia Cliff, 3 Naturia Maron. Excuse me, I kind of get a burp. For the spells, we start off with 3 Supervise and 2 Mark of the Rose, 2 Super Solar Nutrient, and a whole bunch of 1-ups from the, that are good with plants, like Pot of Avarice, Foolish Burial, 1-for-1 Mind Control, 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole. For my traps, I have a very few select ones, 2 Call the Haunted, 2 Torrential Tribute, and 2 Compulsory Evacuation Device. So I'm going to go into the extra deck right now, which is Formula Synchron, Armory Arm, Hyper Librarian, Iron Chain Dragon, that's Power Tool, that's Black Rose, that's Stardust. This is Scrap Drake, or Scrap Dragon, Crimson Blader, another new card from Cosmo Blazer, and Shooting Star Dragon, kind of hard to see with the glare. For Exceeds, we have Zenmanes, Leviar, Giga Brilliant, and Photon Strike Bouncer. Right now, if I were to take this to a sanctioned tournament, I'd have to play Leviathan Dragon, but if I'm going to play for fun or something, I'm going to replace that with Lava Chain, because he's broken in this deck. So, and obviously, you have to have tokens. You have to. Anyways, let's kind of explain the deck a little bit. I did get this idea from Dad one, like I said, and also the 2 new cards in Cosmo Blazer, a Merry Lease and Crimson Blader. So a Merry Lease is what really made me want to test this deck out. If you don't know what a Merry Lease is, it's a common from Cosmo Blazer. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and then that turn you can tribute summon a monster from your hand with 1 less required tribute. So, obviously, the only tribute monster that we run is Gigaplant, and that allows you to normal summon Gigaplant from your hand with no tributes at all, which I think is pretty good. So, it's a lot of fun. I also wanted to try it out from Crimson Blader, so I wanted a good synchro deck to, to play Crimson Blader in, and this is a good choice. So, that's that. Obviously, we have Gigaplant and this plant engine. That's how you do a lot of your combos, and that's how you abuse everything. Pretty much you abuse Lone Fire Blossom to no end with this deck. You keep cycling it with Gigaplant, you get your Lone Fire back. Lone Fire, you tribute any of your plant guys, and you just synchro. And that's pretty much how the deck works, and now you can throw a Merry Lease into the plant engine there. So, that's pretty cool. Right here, Quackimero Grava Rose, it's another kind of oddball choice. My very first build I ever tested, I had Card Troopers in there. But Card Troopers suck because when you mill all your combo pieces, like your Supervises and your Super Solar Nutrients, you can't do anything. So I went with the more controlled version of milling, which is Quackimero Grava Rose. Grava Rose's effect, if you don't know, during your standby phase, you can send a level 3 or lower monster from your deck to your graveyard. It's pretty much a controlled Foolish Burial. So what I do is I mostly mill like Dandelion, Spore, or Merry Lease, or whatever you need. It's a lot better than Card Trooper because it's more controlled on what you can send, and you can still crash in the Thunder King with it. It's a 1900 beat stick in a pinch, so the only thing you can't do is draw when it's destroyed. But I like the more controlled milling aspect of it. Plus it's a plant, so you can banish it with Spore, and you can get that really kind of weird level 5 Spore if you need to, which is interesting. Talking with other people on the internet about Debris Dragon and Gigavise. A lot of them aren't doing it, and I kind of questioned it. Debris Dragon is just really good with the plant engine in general, especially Dandelion. I mean, that's the reason why Dandelion's limited now, is because back in the day you could have 3 Debris Dragon and 2 Dandelion, and you could just Black Rose nuke all day long. So, it's still, the play is still there. I mean, with Grava Rose, you can send your Dandelion to the graveyard, and Debris Dragon is instantly live. So, Debris Dragon is still just really good in the deck. You can revive all these plants up here and just go off. It's really good at making Shooting Star Dragon plays, you know, really good Scrap Dragon plays. Oh, there's the burp, excuse me. Really good Scrap Dragon plays, really good Stardust plays in general. Just all your best Dragon synchros come from Debris Dragon. So I think that's, you know, reason in itself to include it. Sangan searches out all your important cards, yada yada yada. I played Tour Guide in the deck because there's a lot of banishing. With Mark of the Rose, with Spore, and with other cards in general, you can, you know, get some stuff banished. And it's really cool to be able to have an instant Leviar to get your banished stuff back. You can obviously do this sick combo where you like banish your Lone Fire, get a level 4 Spore out, do some shit, and then you can Tour Guide into Leviar, detach and get your Lone Fire back, and then Lone Fire into more stuff, and just keep going. It's pretty sweet. And then finally the Naturia engine. I did get this idea from WK Dad. I give him full credit for these 6 cards right here. They're really good floaters for the deck. Cliff is just a, you know, like you said, a really good stabilizing card for the deck. It gives the deck something to do while you're waiting to set up, is a good way to put it. You can sit on your cliffs and then you can cycle them back into the deck with Marrow and draw. You can set up your graveyard with Marrow if you need, you know, Naturia monsters in there for whatever reason. And it gives you a little bit of just a few turns you can grind out. You know, obviously you're not going to grind out for days with these, maybe 1 or 2 turns at the most, but 1 or 2 turns is, you know, a lot better than none. So that's what I like about it. It's just, you know, it gives the deck something to do while you're waiting to go off. I decided to include another Mark of the Rose. Frankly, because Mark of the Rose is just an amazing card in general. It's brain control pretty much. And, or change, you know, I don't know. Brain control is a really good way to put it. Anyways, I found myself needing another power tool target. If you run 4 equips, you can run power tool twice. So if you run 5 equips, you can use power tool Dragon's effect 3 times. And I've never used it 3 times in a duel, but there are times when you like maybe open like 2 supervise or a supervise in the Mark of the Rose, you can still have that chance to search out your last supervise if you're going off on your combos. So that's why I included it. It's another way to dig for that final spell card, or final equipped spell card, if you happen to open multiples. And it just allows Power Tool Dragon, you know, to have more utility in the deck. Super Solar Nutrient, just really good card. It's primarily used to get your Lone Fire Blossom. Your targets include Spore, Copy Plant, Amaryllis, and Dandy tokens, which is plenty. And that's about it. I'm not really going to spend a whole lot of time talking about these guys. You all know what they do. I do want to include another Mystical Space Typhoon in the deck. I don't know how right now. I'm running 41 right now. I might bump it up to 42 and just throw it in there. But we'll have to see. There's really nothing else I would consider taking out right now. Traps. Compulsory evacuation devices might become a breakthrough skill if I can get them. If I play this online, I do use breakthrough skill over compulsory evacuation device. Breakthrough skill is pretty cool. It helps. It's an out to like Dolka. If, you know, Dino Rob the player gets Dolka out, you can breakthrough skill it and then go off. It's an out to Thunder King. You know, if they're sitting on Thunder King, and you want to make a synchro play, you can just breakthrough skill it on your turn and then go off. Sorry, I guess my camera wasn't in a really good position. So that's that. Torrential Tribute. You have a lot of floaters in the deck, so it's, you know, pretty good to be able to destroy your opponent's monster field and then destroy your floater and get a replacement and stuff, and they lose everything. Call the Haunted is really good in the deck. Obviously, I mean, it's plants. You can revive Gigaplant, then normal summon it, or Gemini summon it, however you want to say it, and then go off. Blah, blah, blah. You know what this does. Revive your Sangam, revive your Dandelion. I was playing Miracle Fertilizer in one of my very first builds too, and then my reasoning I took that out is I'd rather max out on Call the Haunted before I even considered putting Miracle Fertilizer in, because Call the Haunted does what Miracle Fertilizer does, but better. So I'd probably be playing 3 Call the Haunteds before I even considered putting Miracle Fertilizer in. And that's pretty much the main deck. Extra deck choices, I want to change Hyper Librarian probably back to Catastor. I took Catastor out for Crimson Blader, but I've never used Hyper Librarian in the deck. I know you can go Hyper Librarian and then draw then summon Formula and draw 2, but I've never had a situation where I wanted to do that, and it's kind of hard to do that in the deck. You know, getting Hyper Librarian and then a Formula. You can go Formula and then Hyper Librarian just fine, but not the other way around. So I might drop Hyper Librarian for Catastor. We'll see. Iron Chain Dragon is another one I kind of want to take out. I've never summoned it at all. I have it in there in case of debris. And then if I like Mind Control Micro the Rose, a level 2 guy, I want to be able to use my Debris Dragon for a synchro summon if that happens. So that's only why Iron Chain is there, even though I have no way to summon it in my regular deck. Black Rose Dragon, I forgot how awesome that card is. A lot of people don't play it anymore, or it rarely ever gets summoned. I've had a guy online one time have 3, face down monsters and 3 face down Speller Traps, and I just Black Rosed him out of nowhere. Just instant Black Rose with Debris Dragon. It's awesome. Nobody ever expects Black Rose Dragon that much anymore. People aren't prepared for it as much because it's a synchro. It's fallen out of favor. Exceeds have dominated for a good couple formats now. People just aren't expecting Black Rose Dragon. So it's very cool to go like +2 or +3 on your opponent just suddenly. The other card, Crimson Blader, that's just a very good out to like Agents and Chaos Dragons, which are, can be pretty tough matchups just because they can match the pace of this deck. So Crimson Blader is just another really good way to lock them out of the duel. You run over a little guy, you can't summon BLS, you can't summon Chaos Sorcerer, you can't summon Dr. Red, you can't do Light Pulsars, you can't do Hyperions, you can't drop Krishiami, no. It's awesome. I love it. I wish he came out as a super because I think he deserves some bling on him. Other than that, Giga Brilliant's pretty cool because it's an insect, and that's about all I need to say about him. Lava Chain sets up so many stupid plays in the deck. It's another Foolish Burial, and it's another way you can stack the best card of your deck to the top of your deck and then draw it next turn. You can do some pretty stupid plays where you can use its effect, put a Lone Fire on top of your deck, and then summon Formula Synchron, draw that Lone Fire, and go off. It is pretty crazy what you can do. So that's why he's in there. Photon Strike Bouncer, just a lot of the OTKs that you can do in this deck, you end with 2 Gigaplants, and you can just overlay them. And the Photon Strike Bouncer, in case your opponent has like Gores or Treg, you can just burn them and kill it. Which is pretty sweet. So that's the deck and kind of my brief explanations about the deck. I am going to make a combo video just like Dubk Dad did just because it inspired me. Don't call me a copy plant, but I am going to kind of make a Wombo combo video deck showing that a lot of the combos still work now that Brionne expand, and you just kind of need to think of little things differently. So if this video gets good responses, if I don't get like 10 dislikes or something, the Wombo combo video should be up soon. I need to figure out a way to film it because I can't obviously do it with my phone because my hand kind of shakes. I apologize for that, but I can't be holding my phone and then doing the combos with one hand. Like, I'm not just talented enough to be able to do that. Alright, so hopefully this kind of sparks interest back in the Gigaplant decks. Maybe Dubk Dad will see this and he'll enjoy it, and maybe he'll take a look at Gigaplant again. Or Gigavise, I guess, if you want to call it. I did show him a Mary Lease on Dueling Network, and he said it was pretty neat. So that's all I got from him, was a neat. But it was pretty sweet because I did get to meet him, and I met him twice now. I met him at YCS Kansas City, and then I met him at a Des Moines Regional, which is really cool again. So yeah, he's kind of like my idol. I get a lot of my deck inspirations from him, obviously. So yeah, it'd be kind of sweet if he did see this and liked it. But that's, I guess, a video for another time. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Check out the Wombo combo video of this. And that's that. So thank you all for watching my return to YugiTube. And hopefully we'll get more videos out soon. Take care, everybody. See ya.